in Search for Wellness is created by Eden's Cellular Wellness Solutions, whose vision is to develop and create wellness solutions. Eden's Cellular Wellness Solutions presents to you How Do I Start My Journey in Search for Wellness? You are most welcome to participate in this series of discussions on 6 topics. These topics are designed as a wellness solution to encourage and empower you make the important decision and take action towards your journey in search for wellness. How do I start my journey in search for wellness? This is part 1 of trainings on wellness and is prepared by Eden's Cellular Wellness Solution. Welcome. In this training, we will be covering a series of topics. In fact, 6 topics. Why should I be interested? Why should I be interested? One can ask that question. Why should I be interested in searching for wellness? How do I start my journey? Someone may wonder, where do I begin? I have had this and that, but how and where do I begin? When do I start? At what stage of my life should I start? I don't feel pain anywhere. I'm not sick. I'm able to do my work. Is it really necessary? When do I start? What is my objective? My gift of life? And can I influence my wellness? So we'll be going through these sections in a series of short trainings until we complete the whole of the topics. Welcome to this section 5. Welcome to this section 5 of this journey, and also the main title of this training series of How Do I Start My Journey in Search for Wellness? How do I start my journey in search for wellness? We have covered a series of topics from section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, which are all part and parcel of this main topic of how do I start my journey in search for wellness. Section 5, we look at my gift of life. My gift of life. My gift of life. We have touched a bit in the section 4 about our life, about our wellness, about our bodies, about the gift that God has given us, about the opportunity that we have been given by God by being presented with a life and a physical body to interact with our environment, and how out of our own potential, out of our own volition, we are free. We are free to do what we choose with our lives. We are free to do what we choose with our lives, but the decisions that we make, either in ignorance or in enlightenment, we surely are the ones who harvest the fruits of our decisions in our lives. And so it's an opportunity that has been granted to each one of every person with a physical body, with a spiritual personality, and with an environment to interact with many stimuli in one's interactions, that one can find a lot of excitement and joy in interacting with them, in relationships, providing services to others, excitement of providing services to others and serving others, the opportunities of creating business and earning a great profit to finance life and all the demands of life and family. And so the life is a gift. Life is a gift. And unless we come to a place of appreciation, unless one comes to a place of appreciating a gift, it is possible you can present someone in the gift. You can present someone in a gift, and a person can receive that nicely packaged gift, but that gift may stay for years on end on one's shelf without opening the package, meaning that that person has not received that gift. When you receive the gift, it's wrapped with beautiful paper. You tear the paper apart and you receive, whether it is a painting, whether it is whatever item it is, and you receive it, you really have received the gift. But if the gift is still somewhere, still packaged, you don't even know what it is that you are given, you surely did not receive the gift. Although you took it with your hands, you did not receive that gift. You did not receive the joy of the person who was presenting that gift to you. And so the same thing applies to our lives. We live our life on day to day, just in an automatic manner, just like in the automatic way of being alive. Just because we find ourselves living, we sleep and wake up and continue and come and eat and sleep and wake up. So we live in an automatic way, but without ever acknowledging and appreciating and receiving treasuring the gift of life, the gift of our bodies, a body that God gave us to interact with the environment. Angels don't have bodies. They don't have physical bodies. An angel may appear before you, but you may never see the angel because it doesn't have a physical body. A human spirit of a dead person who has lost his physical body may appear to you, but you may not see that spirit because he has lost his physical body. And so angels don't have physical bodies. We humans have been given the physical body to help us interact with our environment, to interact with God, to interact with each other in our family, in our relationships, to interact with other resources which are within our environments, and to find joy in that interaction by using the resources of potential that is within our supernatural being and the resources that are in our body to interact with the resources of the universe, the resources of our environment, and create a meaningful working life. So life is a gift, and unless we appreciate a gift, we will not value it. We will not treasure it. So the journey in search for wellness. At this point in this section, we are saying that we must appreciate the gift of our lives. We must appreciate the gift of our lives, which is made up of the spiritual function and the physical function. There is the supernatural function of the soul and the physical function of the body. And that is what forms the complex system of the gift of our lives here on earth. So I'm saying that my gift of life is a precious treasure. It's a precious treasure. In fact, this is a double use of a word. Precious is something very valuable, very, very, something that you treasure something that is precious to you, or something that is precious in value, like gold or silver or diamond. And so a treasure is again something valuable, like gold burial, like all gold stacked for the country. That's a country's treasure. So precious and treasure is the same thing. They mean the same thing. So what I'm saying is my gift of life is a precious treasure. So your gift of life is also a precious treasure. When you read this, go through this material, you'll be reading that my gift of life is a precious treasure, meaning that your life is a precious treasure. And gratefulness is an important spiritual function in a person's life. I think we have seen how people who are ungrateful look like. How people who are ungrateful go around their lives. They will never appreciate anything, even when good is done for them. Even when they receive this and that, they will never find anything good in anything that comes to them. Even when they receive a salary, they will always be complaining that it is not good enough. Even when they have dressed nicely, you tell them they are nice, they're looking beautiful. They'll say you are cheating them. They can never receive something good. So when our hearts, when our souls, when our minds have no power of being grateful, when our minds and our systems do not know how to function in gratitude or in gratefulness, there is nothing which we will not be able to place value on anything, even our own bodies, even our own families, even our own children, even our own nation, our own countries, even our own countrymen, even countrymen and women, our fellow countrymen and women, and youth and children and mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers. We will have no value for all these wonderful and precious things. And even God says he doesn't like hearts that are ungrateful. He doesn't like people whose minds are always grumbling and complaining. In fact, we see in the Old Testament, he punished the Israelites for complaining and grumbling and not being grateful. Because being ungrateful is a status within somebody's being that does not produce good results. It does not produce good fruits. And so gratefulness is such an important spiritual function in a person's life, in a human being. Gratefulness is a very powerful and very important function. So at this point in our lives, as we seek to find out how we can start and how we can manage our search for wellness, it is important that we first of all appreciate what we have been given. Appreciate and acknowledge of its worth and its value. Only when we know the value of something, shall we be able to take care of it. And King David, the great king of Israel, in his Psalms, in Psalm 139, verse 13 to 14, he reads us in thanking God and acknowledging our gratitude for our lives. Because David told God, "For you created my innermost being. You created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." That is this verse. This verse is so common within the Christian community and within people who know the Word of God. And people use it for their own personal assurance. But apart from using it for just psychological and personal assurance, this is a fact. This is a fact that a human being is fearfully and wonderfully made. And like King David, we can only thank God and praise Him because of the gift of life and the opportunity to live on earth and to experience his wonders when we are in this planet. It is so we have, in our search for wellness, in our search for health, we must come to a place when we really appreciate how wonderfully and beautifully we are created. And we must come to a point where we change from people who are grumbling and thankful, who don't care, people who are indifferent, people indifferent about gifts, people who don't value worthwhile things, people who are not have no responsibility of taking care of their treasure, and come to a point to say, thank you, God, for creating me so beautifully and wonderfully, and placing me in this planet and giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a body. For a long time, I've been ignorant, totally ignorant about my body. I didn't know when I eat my food, what it goes to do, and when I get involved in indulgences, in eating this and that. I didn't know that it goes to destroy my body. I didn't know that my laziness of sedentary living, sitting all the time, only wanting to laze around, sitting all the time. I didn't know that it is damaging my body, it's destroying my body functions. I thank you. Now I acknowledge you and I thank you for creating me so beautifully and so wonderfully and giving me life of the soul and giving me life of the body. Thank you for preserving my life. Thank you. The life of my soul, the life of the soul gives life to the body. We know that when our loved ones, people we know, when they die, the body is the one which dies, but the soul does not die. The soul exists from the body. The word of God says that if the soul is not in the body, is in the presence of the Lord for those who believe. And so people have many theories of where the soul goes after it has died. And it is important in our search for wellness to know that our body, our complex system, is made of a supernatural body, soul, and a physical body. So the life of my soul, the soul does not die. When my body dies, the soul exists and it continues living. It is the body which dies, and the soul does not die. It continues living. So when it comes back, in situations like doctors we have had, situations that the soul has come back into the body, we see that the soul restores back the health of the body. So the life of the soul who is the breath of God, is the one who gives life to the body. And they work together in synergy. The soul and the body work together in synergy. And so we need to realize in our search for wellness, we have seen it is important to understand and to critically zero out that who is the subject of the focus? Who is the subject of this focus of the search for wellness? You see? And again, like we are seeing here, it is also to see how are we made up? How are we formed? This person who is the subject of this focus, who is this person? How is this person made? This person is made of a soul and a body, and the soul and the body, they work together in synergy. And the soul is so powerful that it gives life to the body. Once it exits from the body dies. And so we must realize that the body of a person who is seeking out to go on a journey on wellness, in searching for wellness, is a complex system. A person is a complex system of organic body and supernatural soul. And so, like King David said, we are truly beautifully and wonderfully made. God has put us together in such a beautiful and such a wonderful way. And this is one big reason to place precious worth on each of our lives. So if we didn't realize that how important we are and how precious our lives are, how precious our bodies are, how precious that the gift of life is, how important is our wellness, how important it is to adjust our life procedures so that we stop procedures and trends that are not enhancing wellness. This is at this point. This is a point at this point to realize how important it is for an individual to engage in their journey in search for wellness and learn the skills, learn the knowledge, and slowly by slowly start entering into various changes, new habits, and ultimately create a new culture. It is not the doctor's responsibility, I see. It is not the doctor's responsibility to develop wellness in us. It is an individual and family responsibility. And so this is a good enough reason to love and cherish the wellness of our bodies. And in fact, a powerful force to empower us to go after it, to go after wellness, that which is good. People always like to give everything to that which they treasure, that which they value most, and a purpose which will give them such a big return. Search for wellness will give someone such a big return for which we are working for. So the climax is the most like the top peak, the peak of our search, the seek for our endeavor. We are trying to see, how do I start my journey in search for wellness? And in this section, we are looking at my gift of life. So, and there's somewhere we said that the importance and the value of our objective, the value of our purpose, the importance of our purpose will draw energy and strength in us every time we come into challenges. It will draw strength in us to drive this project, to be self-driving. Even if there is nobody else near us, we will be able to successfully bring this endeavor, this project, to a fruitful completion. So, and this, we are trying to create that worth. We are trying to create this value. We are trying to generate this importance into that purpose, so that even if someone is asking, why should I be interested? Why should I engage in this journey? How should I start in this journey? By the time you've gone through these sections, you'll be empowered to really start driving this project on your own, and you start even helping others to do it. So we therefore arrive at the importance and worth of our objective. And that is why I'm calling it, this is the climax, because we are therefore arriving, or we have arrived at the importance and worth of our objective to engage into a search for wellness, and a great reason to thank God for. We have already developed this importance. We have developed why it is important and worth to engage in this search for wellness. And we have seen the power of gratitude, power of appreciating gifts, and the reason for thanking God for the gift of life, because He has created us beautifully and wonderfully. And in fact, we have seen that we are truly And we are truly beautifully and wonderfully made. And so at this point, we take this opportunity to really rejoice and because of being alive. Take this opportunity to really rejoice because you are alive, I am alive, and express gratitude to God for our lives, for your life, for my life, for our lives of our family members. We thank God for the lives of our members of our country, of our fellow brothers and sisters in our country, for every person who is walking the face of the earth today. And dearly promise yourself, promise myself, to make the relevant adjustments to achieve wellness. Now, because every person, you have seen this worth. After we have gone through, you see how worthwhile your life is. Even if every day of your activities, you have to give service to other demands which are removed from you. And you never at any one time know or even give service or focus to the agents that generate wellness for you within your being. Now you realize how important and valuable is your life, so that you may promise yourself to embark and to make the relevant adjustments to achieve wellness. So we have talked a lot today concerning the journey. How do I start my journey in search for wellness? In this training, I have not touched at all about the details, the scientific details that one needs in every day, to use every day to build this work in search for wellness. The field of science, nutrition science, and the science of our bodies and our biochemistry, and how our nutrients react together with our bodies, how the plant nutrients from apples, from bananas, from oranges, from green vegetables, from wholesome starches, from chicken, the way all these bioactive substances interact with our body chemistry or with our biochemistry or with the bioactive substances in our bodies is so broad. It's so broad that I have not even touched. I've not touched even a bit of that. What I have done is to use this material that we have talked about to empower every person who is interested in this mission. Every person who feels I'd like to do lifestyle change, I'd like to improve my wellness, I would like to achieve these various objectives in my wellness, but I don't know how to go about it. I don't know where to start. You realize from this that the greatest place of starting is from within a person, from within one's mind, from within one person. When we interact with this material for a while, you realize that this material will be able to empower you and the other person to start on this journey. And where we want to start, you start with what you have. I have mentioned a few in the key to wellness. There's a video that I've done, key to wellness. That one has, in a broad, general way, talked about what one needs to do. But in future, we'll still be doing much more of these trainings, scientific trainings, so that one may know how to order your journey, how to go about this journey without being confused too much by too much information that is available. There is a way, there is an order, there is a system that one may need to understand, that very, very foundational, that even by one's personal interest of searching for that knowledge in the net, in bookshelves, in bookshops, one should be able to find this knowledge. So desire to search for wellness. Whatever we have talked about my life and the purpose, why should I be interested? All this is meant to facilitate a desire to be generated within the person who is interacting with this material, to search for the wellness of their own lives. And I'm saying that at this point, this is a personal and private moment. And so it's important to acknowledge that you love yourself, you value yourself, you treasure your life, and express it to yourself. In fact, in front of the mirror, just admire yourself and love yourself and promise yourself to undergo this journey and to just protect your life with everything that you have. And one at this particular point is ready to protect the life of the body, the life of the soul, and the life of the mind with one's actions, with one's thoughts, with one's perceptions, and one's appetites. This is to show that one has a very big responsibility on one's own life. We cannot continue waiting for government's idea, serikali's idea. Serikali is not able to do all these things for us. The serikali will not come and change the way we think. The serikali will not come and change our habits. No. All the serikali may do is look for money and buy very expensive equipment to treat us for some of these deadly diseases. But the responsibility is ours. The responsibility is yours. The responsibility is mine. The responsibility is for every parent, for every family. And so at this point, I'm saying that everyone who is listening and interacting with this material is ready to protect the life of the body, of the soul and mind with one's actions, thoughts, perceptions, and appetites. And after one has appreciated and acknowledged the importance of and value of one's life, it is then time to make a vision and a mission statement towards achieving one's wellness. When you have interacted with this material, get yourself a nice notebook, stable notebook that it is not going to be thrown anywhere or misplaced anywhere. A notebook that you are able to review and follow up with and document and make journal of things that you daily learn and these things that you are achieving consistently. So it's a time for you to sit down and make a vision statement, vision and mission statement towards achieving one's wellness. We have also mentioned a few things that may be challenges that may bring about conflicts, the things that one may require to do, like looking for foods in the market and doing exercise and time for exercise, you see. And you see, we have also talked about some things that some people, anyone may need to adjust from and ultimately change completely. So it is important for you to identify and see how you are going to carry out this project slowly by slowly, without pinning yourself on the wall, without hitting yourself. If you try to do something for a week, you're able to do it for a week. The following week, you forgot about it. And then towards the end of the week, you remember that you are doing this. Go ahead, start again. And slowly by slowly, you are going to develop that skill, you are going to develop that habit. And when you are successful in that habit, you will progress with your journey. And don't hate yourself for any failures. Do not reprimand yourself for any failures. Be encouraged throughout. Be encouraged throughout, because you have the power, you have the ability to make this change. And with this, we come to the end of this section 5 of this training. How do I start my journey in search for wellness? Thank you very much for your participation. I'm very appreciative that you have given this work time, that you have given this work some attention, and I trust that the training has unlocked the gates into your journey in search for wellness. And may God help you in this endeavor. This work is a product of Eden Cellular Wellness Solutions. Goodbye.